Friday Night Hangtime starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the basketball extravaganza known as Friday Night Hangtime. I'm Donnie Tillman.
And I'm David Coy. The Central State 8 kids are back in action this evening, so let's get to the highlights.
That's right. Our game of the night takes place in Decatur as the Generals host the Lincoln Railers in a first-place showdown. Second quarter, watch Will Cook spot up, not playing around. He knocks down a three there. Later, it's Peyton Ebelhertz, Isaiah Bowers, another tray from Lincoln. They're excited. They're fired up. But get back, fellas. Gavin Block, they'll check him out, stealing the ball, and he's going to find Aaron Hopp, his teammate, who finishes at the rim with a nice layup there. But MacArthur trying to come back, and this one, Amir Berman knocks down the tray there. Dallas McClain's going to add another three coming up in your highlights. But it was Lincoln tonight. They were all excited in this one. The final 55-42, Lincoln a winner.
In the capital, Glenwood at Lamphere. We would start in the fourth quarter. This was a really tight one. Cole Harper over to Ethan Hunt. Good for three. Titans up 38-36, and Titans would continue. Hunt intercepts the pass, takes it all the way to the rack. It's now 42-36 Titans. Lamphere trying to come back. Aaron Timms outside the arc, knocks down the three, but Harper kept rolling on throughout the night with the big turnaround jumper, makes the bucket, and draws the foul. They're all excited right there. Lions hanging on now. Xavier Bishop outside the arc drops in the three, but it was a little too late. Hunt would get it over to Joel Alexander, puts it up for a nice bucket and the bump. Glenwood wins 62-56. Staying in the Central State 8, Eisenhower home for their second straight Friday. This week they're hosting Springfield High. We start in the first quarter. SHS misses the shot, and it would be Obadiah Church with a tip drill right there. I think it's nice too. But back comes Eisenhower. Amit Hale out over to KT Graves, who drops in the three ball. Just go on over to the second quarter now. Isaac Nelson drives the lane and finds Obadiah Church, who slams it home. Stephen Jarrett to Caleb Taylor, who puts it all the way up and off the glass for the play. But here comes Jarrett a second time, as he would find Graves behind the arc, going the long distance. He's all but money. 68-63 the final.
All right, let's head to the bowl where Jacksonville tonight was hosting Southeast. We'll start with the Crimsons. It's Johnny Peak who finds Riley Dugan, spots up, hits the two, nothing but the swish factor there. Back comes Southeast. Evan Meek finds his man Darius. That's what they call him in the hallways. He scores for the bucket there. More from Southeast. Robert Hayes finds Trayvon Williams, who knocks down the tray there. See, Trey and Trey, see how that goes together. More from Jacksonville. Johnny Peak is going to drive to the basket. He gets the two. Jacksonville gets the win, 52-46. SHG at home tonight hosting Rochester in a nail-biter. They were fired up over at the West Campus. First quarter, ball over to Dalton Hanlon. Drops in the three. Good for the first points of the game. Later, Rockets continue to score. Ball over to Daniel Ziegler. And he's going to fight through. He gets it to roll through for two. Cyclones starting to roll in this one, though. Sean McDonald from the corner. He's tall, and he can shoot the J. He makes the three. Later in the first period, Gabe Green is going to make his own three. He made also the game-winning shot in overtime. Greeny with 30 points. And SHG wins 64-62 in double overtime. Time to check in with tonight's tournament title bout. Yes, after a week of play, title up for grabs in the CIC boys tournament as Warrensburg Latham and St. Theresa would collide. They are jacked up for this one.
Yeah.
Patrick Altoff is going to start the highlights. He finds J.D. Mattingly, who throws up the alley-oop to Jake Hanley for two. More from Hanley off the rebound. He deposits another two ball. Latham will respond. No, Tyler Bond beats his defender and scores. Then it's Austin Harden who steals the ball away. Take it the other way. He gets the layup off the glass and in for two. Still in the first quarter, it's J.D. Mattingly with the three for St. T. And then Zach Hooker later is going to grab the loose change, and he shares it with Jake Hanley for the basket here. St. Theresa is your tournament champion. They knock off Warrensburg Latham 45-40.
How about in the third place game, Clinton and Tuscola competing. First quarter, Tuscola would get started with Zach Bates. He saves the pass. Caleb Williams, good for Trey. Good for the three. Later on, Josh Knight gets denied, but the ball comes right back to him. He gets the shot off. It's now 5-3. But then Maroons start to get going. Jake Overton with the nice jumper in the game. And Overton again, this time for 3. He snags the lead, but Tuscola wins 65-55. Taylorville out Matt Zion tonight. We start with Taylorville, which Mitch Ryan would get the ball rolling as he lets loose and feeds it over to Blake Heimness. All good for 3, but later on the Braves would come firing back. Jonah Smith over to Peyton Grindstaff, who puts it up off the glass. He's got it good with a nice hook. He would save the day. Then Jimmy Berry fakes the drive down the lane and passes it over to Eric Dust, puts it up for 2. Back come the Tornadoes. Mitchell Rhymes again over to Cole Sheedy, puts it up for the jumper and makes the 2. Austin Thacker would throw the ball all the way over to Grindstaff, but saves it right here, right in the last second before it went out of bounds. Jonah Smith, nothing but net. Mount Zion wins at home 60-55.
All right, coaches versus Cancer night at Memorial Forsyth. They were hosting St. Thomas More. We'll pick things up in the third quarter. Josh Cliff to Blake Bryan. Ball is hit away from the defender. Mitchell Reeser back to Bryan, and he makes the 2. Nice play there. Later it's Cecil Ausley with the steal, and he's going to take it all the way for St. Thomas More. Nice scoop there for the layup. Give him 2 scoops of cereal there. Later, Parker Barrett is going to grab the rebound, takes it to the other side as he beats the defense. Don't want to get the foul, but hey, nice head fake. Ooh, he scores off the box. Count it, plus the foul. Fourth quarter we go. It's Jaron Ritter to Brody Adron, who spots up top of the key, makes the 3. St. Thomas More, though, picks up the win on the road, 64-52. All right, in the Sangamo, Riverton visiting New Berlin. Riverton's Josh Gabriel dumps the ball inside to Blake Sewing. He gets the bucket to go. Still in the first frame, Jake Trotter drives, stops and pops for the 2. More for Trotter. Step in the name of a 3. He loves it from outside, drains the long distance shot there. But Jordan Fisher is going to come up with a 3 of his own in the corner, 55-43. Riverton a winner.
Auburn at North Mac down in Girard. Start with the home team with on the attack. They'd swing the ball over to Alex Barnes, who puts it up and nails in the 3. But later on, it's Braden Starks over to Kane Clark. He tries for his own 3, and he's good to go. He had 23 points on the net. Then Cooper Eaker gets around the screen, puts it up, gets the basket, and Auburn wins 56-52.
Number 1 Springfield Lutheran back on the court after a tough win Tuesday night. Crusaders hosting Mount Pulaski this evening as they take the court. We'll pick things up in the second quarter. Adam Forrester tries for the long 2, and he connects. Lutheran ahead 16-8. Congratulations to Forrester for signing his letter of intent this week. Then the Hilltoppers will respond as Bo Collier from outside. He drains the 3 right there for the visitors. More from Mount Pulaski. Bounce pass to Matt Amden, who makes the 2. Mount Pulaski only down by 3 at this point, but it'll be Lutheran who picks up the win, 51-46. A nice pass there by Wolford to Forrester. Calvary heading out west to visit Triopia first quarter. It's Blake Lawson to Isaac Worries for the first basket of the game. Then Alex Desterhouse is going to find, that's Alex Bell who finds Grant Desterhouse for the bucket right there. 65-44. Calvary, though, is going to pick up the win on the road.
How about a big matchup in Pawnee as the Indians welcome in Athens? We would start with Brock Werner over to Hunter Maxwell, and he gets a nice lay-in. But check out Evan Roberts over to Jordan Hampton from the baseline and gets the bucket. And Austin Galloway gets the ball and drives it in all the way to the rack. Count him for another 2. Athens wins big, 70-49. How about Tri-City at Franklin? We start in the third quarter. Trevor Martin outside the arc, dialing up long, drains down the 3, but back comes Franklin and flashes. Dylan Ricard fakes the shoot, puts it up, and he connects. Nothing but net. But Nate Standish catches the nice connection, Tri-City up by 2, and they would win 52-50.
That's Franklin with the win. But the highlights are in the books now. We're not done yet because when we come back, let's check in with the 30-second challenge here on Friday Night Hangtime.
Susan's Auto Mall presents the 30-second challenge.
All right, this is Aaron Walter of Chatham competing in the 30-second challenge tonight at New Berlin, and he gets the free throw to go. So now we need, what, a three-pointer and a half-court shot, David?
Oh, he's got it. If he can rush, ooh, he falls.
Ooh. Fumble, Brewski. Ooh. Wow.
The 30-second challenge is brought to you by Susan's Auto Mall in Springfield.
That was really close, but yeah, oh, wow.
That was pretty amazing. But I tell you what, we had an amazing night tonight. A lot of games, a lot of interesting outcomes as far as scores are concerned. But I tell you what, our fans were all fired up for this contest. We hope you enjoyed Friday night hang time. Of course, he's David Coy. I'm Donnie Tillman. Have a good night. And, of course, David will take care of you on the weekends. And you can relive all the highlights online.